Neil Ratner Rock Doc here from Miami Beach, and as promised, with my old friend Mario Medious, the Big M.
Dr. Neil.
Yeah, so as I told you, Mario has been around a bit, and he's got a couple of very cool stories, and I thought we would just sit here and tell you a couple. So Mario.
Yeah.
Tell me a story. Let's start with the Rolling Stones.
Well, the Stones. Let me see. I figure when they first started, they started Rolling Stone Records, and Ahmed had signed them to distribute them, right?
Yeah.
And it's just where they were working on Sticky Fingers at the time.
So Sticky Fingers, one of the great albums.
So I go, to meet the band in advance, go on there. And I went over with Marshall Chess. Ahmed always suggested go with Marshall Chess, and they're doing a remix and some live recording of some stuff in the studio. At the time, Stick Fingers was not out yet. But in the studio, they had like an all-star collection of everybody. Some type of party there before we got there. Me and Marshall Chess, we went over. And we go to Olympic Studio, and in the control room, the cats are recording stuff, and they have a stage full of guys. I mean, Eric Clapton, Mick Taylor, George Harrison, and some of those I remember. It was just the whole.
At the recording of Sticky Fingers in the studio there.
And so now, and then they hit Brown Sugar. And they did a jam of Brown Sugar for about 15 minutes, man. I mean, incredible. I mean, I never heard it released yet. And I mean, they killed it, man.
And they were in the studio, so somebody's got it on tape.
Yeah, but they recorded it. And the whole thing was that the guys were taking solos, He got 4 different guitar players. And it was incredible, man. We were sitting in the control room with the engineer. I don't forget who was engineering. And me and Marshall Chess, and I think Bianca Jagger was there. So it was all in the control room and watching it, man. It's just incredible. And that goes on for quite some time, and then the partying, having champagne and stuff afterward.
In the studio?
In the studio, and whatever. Then eventually about 5 or 6 o'clock in the morning, whatever, everybody's feeling off. So I'm here with Marshall while we're waiting because we got a little more. And Keith Richards decided he was going to do some overdub. This is after the party, And he sit down, man, in the chair on Wild Horses and laid down that guitar, all that stuff you hear on that overdub.
Yeah.
Incredible, man, beautiful. And did maybe 2 takes, boom, finished.
5 o'clock in the morning.
5 or 6 in the morning.
After the party, after the recording of Brown Sugar.
I'm telling you, listen to the solo on the end of that guitar. Oh, it's incredible, man. All that was done, and that Keith sit there and played it after partying.
Sure.
All night.
But that was Keith, right?
That was Keith, and I mean that just blew me away. That's the first time I first met them. I just met them. I'd gone over and I hadn't met him before, but I met him during the party. But after the party, we were sitting down and talking, and he said, "Yeah, I guess I'll do that," and did it, and just blew me away. And we was friends. For now, I'm getting advanced information before the album is out. Because I can say out of this. When you go to discharge, you need all that information. So I would go into the station and I say, "Hey, man." I said I was there when they overdubbed Brown Sugar, I said, well, but I don't know if it's been released yet. I said, but man, this is Wild Horses. And that was the actual recording that they had on Wild Horses. That was the final mix. It was incredible, man.
Well, it is incredible. I think most people have listened to it and know what we're talking about.
And that was the 70. Then they did the Sticky Finger tour. That was the 72. And so I did a lot of promotion on that tour.
So you went out on the road then? And what is crazy is everybody said they were back in the day.
Well, they would go to sleep when everybody else was getting ready to wake up. And they woke up and they'd be in the studio sometime after the show and go to the studio and just stay up and play all night. And then after they might go to bed about 5 or 6 in the morning and wake up about 5 or 6 in the afternoon. But that was after every show. They were always working. It was amazing, man.
Well, in those years they had to work to build the name that they eventually got.
Yeah, but like after the show, some guys go back and party or sleep out. These cats would go back to the studio and just jam.
Just play.
Because I guess they couldn't be out in public like the average band back in those days. Rolling Stones couldn't go out in public. But like Zeppelin would go out in public,
They go out in public because they didn't care, or people didn't know them as well?
No, I mean, they just didn't care. But I mean, Rolling Stone people, they couldn't go at that time. They were a bigger band than Zeppelin. Zeppelin was just starting. But Zeppelin, even in New York, they used to go to Nobody's,
I remember Nobody's.
Right.
Yeah.
All those clubs. And we would park a limo outside, and everybody go in, and they would go in, and when you go in, because they had Zeppelin, whatever guys got girls in there would see them and get jealous, you know.
Yeah.
So all of a sudden they got arguments and maybe a fight or something. So I would be sitting with them and they always say, Mario, you're a martial artist. Because I said, look, man, it's self-defense. Nobody's bothering me. Nobody's bothering me. So it was amazing, man.
But they must have been a trip to go on the road with. You told me a story. Yeah. You told me a story about them at a ranch, a dude ranch or something.
Oh, it was in Dallas, Texas.
Yeah.
Dallas, Texas. It wasn't nothing really bad. It was just that they went and they were just cowboy fanatics, you know. So it was like a whole town, man. It looked like a western town, this whole place. So, you know, you could go, you could rent horses, you know, and they were into the saddles, the western saddles and stuff, and horses. And
did they rent it for themselves or were
for
other
themselves?
people there?
Nobody but just them.
So they rent this dude ranch, whatever.
They rented the guy that owned and let them do whenever they came. Would let them, you let them hang out. They didn't have to pay nothing for it. It was like.
And this is something they got off of.
Yeah, right.
Wearing hats and western clothes and holsters and riding horses and shit.
We would go every time you know Dallas and any of those places, we go to the western store and buy boots, you know. I got a pair of boots that I bought with Led Zeppelin way back in 1970, man. I still have it. We didn't know all of that. They would always want to buy these saddles, you know, because they loved the western saddles. And a lot of times, because they say they want it on the radio, boom, people start bringing them and giving them the saddles. I never get it. Robert got it. He said, yeah, man, he brought the salad. He wanted to buy a salad. They gave him the salad. He said, he didn't know that. He sent it to England. You know? Man, it was incredible, man. That was just a great experience. I mean, on the road with them back then, they were just beginning. You know, it was just like Jimmy Page and John Paul Jones had been doing tours before. But Bonzo and Percy and Robert, that was like their first tour, the first Zeppelin tour. You know, they hadn't been out of England, so it was different for them.
Well, Page had been a session musician.
That's what I mean.
He had been with the Yardbirds. He had been with the
Yardbirds. Been over for, so you know.
But for the other guys, it was a new experience, and they took full advantage of it.
Incredible. Jonesy was the quietest kind of man, and even Jimmy, but Bonzo and Percy. It was always parties, man. You know.
No, Bonzo was something else, man.
Oh,
an unbelievable drummer.
I loved him, man. He was just the life of the party, man.
Yeah. Of all of them, you thought he was the man, right? He was the man. So recently, Mario, we lost somebody that you were pretty close with, and you had a big part in his career, Geils.
Oh yeah, Jay just passed last week.
Yeah.
Jay was a fantastic guy, man. You know, the band, I first heard them in Boston. And Peter Wolf and I are still friends until today. But I was always tight with Peter, and I knew Jay, you know, so because it was Jay Geils band, and it was a blues band. That's what it was going to be, Jay Geils blues band at first. But anyway, I helped them get the contract, and they were like one of my favorite bands. Them and the Allman Brothers. So the Allman Brothers was a bigger band at the time. So we would have the Allman Brothers. You know, they were open for the Allman Brothers. So,
Jay Geils would open for the Allman Brothers. And this was in the time of Dwayne.
Right, when Dwayne was alive.
When Dwayne was alive, right.
And they were like two of my favorite bands that I always were. So I introduced Jay to Dwayne, you know, because it's blues. They're all about jazz and blues. They both were jazz fanatics and blues fanatics, just like I was. So we had a lot in common as that. But Jay was a blues player, man, but he wasn't a soloist like, you know, Dwayne was. And every time I say, man, go say, man, I'll never be a guitar player like this guy. Look, man, these guys like your record and stuff. So he meet Dwayne and they get to be friends. And so every now and then I would always have him after she would sit in with the Allman Brothers. So Dwayne would ask him to come up, and they got to be real tight. And Jay would play, you know, and Dwayne would always give him like the shit, but he would never. He would just straight play, you know.
But Jay was a good player. I don't think he ever got the credit for it.
I know, but he could play, and he was a group player, but he would play even solos with Dwayne, you know.
Really?
It was incredible, man. And he was always saying he could never play like I said, well, man, this guy love you. So that's when they got to be good friends. But he was a quiet guy all the time, and Dwayne was just my best friend. I knew him from back before they had the Allman Brothers band. And you know,
when he was a session player.
When he was a session player, and I used to play. And then he told me, "Yeah, man, we doing a band and stuff, you know." But I had seen him, you know, play on. I had paid him as a session musician with Aretha Franklin, The Weight, and for Wilson Pickett, Hey Jude. He played on all of.
Wilson Pickett, Hey Jude, man, that was
right.
Some serious playing, man.
That was
serious
show. But we paid all those sessions because that was Atlantic was a couple of sessions, it was
Right.
lots of shows.
Right.
But that's when he was down there, and Wilson Pickett gave him the name Sky Dog, you know.
Yep.
And then I got to be friends with him when he was Sky Dog, you know. So, so when he did get the band, I started promoting records, so I was like a close friend. So he was like, he was like the backbone of the band. Him and Dickie. I never even knew Greg until after Dwayne died. I knew him, but I wasn't tight with him until after Dwayne died. I was most tight with Dwayne, Dickie, and Bill. Yeah. But I mean, I was friends with the whole band, but just that those people.
And they would also play at some little clubs in New York.
I would take him. That's what I would take Dwayne. You know, after the shows, because he always loved the blues. So I remember we were in Atlanta after they did a show at Alice Cooper's place. You know where. So after I see, he said, man, Bobby Blue Band is playing somewhere in town. I said, yeah, man, I know where it is over in the, you know, like downtown Miami, downtown Atlanta. So we took the limo, and I said, man, bring your guitar. He said, no, man, bring your guitar, man. So he always put his guitar in the trunk. And so we go in, and Bobby Blue Band is playing. So I knew Bobby's crew, you know, and I knew Bobby. So I told him, yeah, man, this the guy played on, you know, Jags. Hey, okay, boom. So I tell Dwayne, go get your guitar, man. So he go get his guitar. And we come back in, and he sit in with Bob Blue Band and play, you know, the bottleneck, the whole thing, the whole place, the thumps and the holes, everybody looking around. And he's the only white cat in there, you know, and he's playing, man. I mean, like Sky Crying. What is it, that album? Whatever the guy plays. But anyway, man. He blew everybody away, blew Bobby away too. And afterwards he said, what's your name? He said, Dwayne Off. He said, you better watch it. He said, because my brother, telling Bobby Black, you better watch it because my brother is right on your ass, man. He loves you, and he's right on your ass. And that's killed me, man. And they got to be friends after that. You know, Dwayne, and I should take Dwayne a lot of cats to jam with, you know, wherever we are. We was in a city. Like in Chicago, we go to the South, like whatever, after the show. I remember in New York, I took him to WPLJ. I told you about the station WPLJ.
Yeah, WPLJ.
White port and lemon juice.
Wait, say that a little louder. Everybody can hear that.
White port and lemon juice. That's what WPLJ.
That's what WPLJ means. And for those of you in New York, that's actually what the initials.
And so we go. I take Dwayne after they played the first time. I played the Fillmore on the first album.
Right.
I take him to WPLJ to be on Mike Turner's show. You know, Mike Turner had a blues show, man.
Right.
Blues fanatic, good buddy of mine, top show in all of New York. And he loved Allman Brothers. So boom, I take Dwayne up there. You know, Dwayne, we go up. And Dwayne, you know, he even got an eye and whatever. You know, we take a limo. We go up there about 1 o'clock in the morning. And go. Hey, he started interviewing. I said, hey, you know, like, hey man, I love it. He said, why you would you need another guitar player for us? Because Dickie can play. He kicks me in my butt. That's why I got him. He kicked. Look, you say, well, you don't need to have no something. You can't make you play better. And he said, like Dickie's playing Map Jam. He said he's really the player, man. Look, and he built so much of Dickie, you know, Dickie Bass. Because Dickie, you know, was kind of bashful, I guess, at the beginning because it's all my brother's name. And, but Dickie could play, man. He was a guitar player, man, and more jazz oriented than everybody else. But anyway, he built Dickie up so Dickie's personality came better because first Dickie was real quiet and I got to know Dickie. Dickie was a martial artist and everything. Good guy.
Dickie was a martial artist?
Yeah, he took his little martial art. But anyway, but
did you ever fight him?
No, I never fought nobody. I didn't fight nobody.
Mario, black belt martial arts instructor for many years.
Yeah, I didn't fight anybody, but I mean, I didn't have no inferiority complex. But the idea, you know, I just try to respect everybody. This is what true martial art is, you know, trying, right? But I never, Bonzo would always say, like, come on, Mario, you know, because I don't want you to do this. I'm not going to do nothing, man. I'm going to be the first one to run. You know?
So Dickie was sort of in the background and Dwayne was more out front.
Yeah, right out front. But, you know, Dwayne just played like as much bottleneck. But Dickie, Dickie
car seat and battle.
Yeah, Dickie takes story. Yeah, right. And you know, and Dickie would always take a solo afterward, you know, whatever, you know. And Dickie's solo was straight up like, man, you know, like Coltrane. I mean, he's a jazz type influence in the guitar. I always loved Dickie, man. Yeah, and he could play his ass off. But that's why Dwayne, the contrast of those two guitars, it's like one of the few bands that first had 2 drummers and 2 guitars.
Right.
And that was like really a trip, man. It just blew me away.
Well, I think it changed music.
Yeah, right.
Because people started to think about it. Not only that, They had two drummers.
That's what I'm saying.
And that was a big deal too,
and two
man.
different type of drummers, man.
Way different type of drummers. They had a groove guy, they had a jazz guy, and and it worked out well. Well, I think we've probably been talking for a while here, so I think we're going to close it out, Mario. You got one quick one to just close it out with?
Well,
anything you want to say to the Facebook Classic Rock crowd that's watching today, man?
Never go horseback riding in Arizona with Led Zeppelin. If you don't want to get fallen into a cactus bush or something.
At any rate, I hope you've enjoyed this little interview with my good buddy Mario. Hopefully we'll do it again. I got a series of podcasts that Mario and I did about a year ago that we're going to be putting out at some point somewhere, and I'll let everybody know about that. In the meantime, Neil Ratner, Rock Doc.
Rock Doc.
Have a nice day, and we'll see you real soon.
Goodbye.
Bye.